Hey there YouTube, how's it going? It's been a while since I've done a video of just me talking while I'm riding. I have plenty of walk around videos and startups and drive-bys now. But one thing I wanted to talk about was my 3,000 mile review for the 2016 Fat Bob. So if you notice, I got 3,300 miles on this baby now. Bought it brand new this time last year. It's been about 1 year to the month. It had 4 or 6 miles on it when I bought it. So I am basically the only person that's ever ridden this and customized it pretty good to my liking. I believe I'm just about done with everything I want to do. I'd like to have a new gas cap and a new fuel gauge. The Kiriakin makes a cat's eye fuel gauge and gas cap. So I'm looking at that, and then maybe some different mirrors. Other than that, you know, I've got different pipes on, different air cleaner, I've tuned it, so I've got to do it for the handlebars. I changed, I got the windscreen. I have LED lights all the way around the bike. I have the Kiriakin module that turns my my rear turn signals into not only turn signals but brake lights and running lights. I mean, I've done just about everything I could possibly think to do. New grips, crash bar. I can put my leg out now, change the pegs. Let's talk just for a second about what I think about Betty. Betty has been an awesome bike for me. I stepped up from a 1200 Sportster, which was my first motorcycle. Kept that for a little over a year. Paid a bunch of it down. Came out even to pay for this bike. And it was literally the best move I could have made for myself as a motorcycle. The type of riding that I do, I don't need a bagger, like a full-fledged bagger. You know, the Dyna line is perfect for me. I could probably do a soft tail, but, you know, in my point of view, other than the aesthetics of the looks, there's not a whole lot of difference between a soft tail and a Dyna. You know, depending on what models you get, one might ride better than the other, but, you know, like I said, for what I do and the way I ride, this is the perfect bike for me. I only had one issue with this bike, and that was where in the off position, the IAC or air intake control module would cycle on its own, and it drained my battery down over time. Ended up being an electrical issue with this on and off switch. So once they changed that, the problem went away. But in the meantime, they changed. I got a brand new computer on it. I got a brand new wiring harness, and then I got a brand new control module with the on and off switch. That's been about 2 months ago. And yeah, it's not done at one time, so that was the problem. Just a wiring defect from Harley. It could have happened to anybody, so it wasn't mechanical or anything. But that's really been my only issue that I had. Now, if you watched my test ride of this bike, I did have one complaint. Or 2 complaints, rather, and that was obviously the lack of sound because it had stock pipes. I changed that immediately. I ended up putting on some Vance & Hines slip-ons. They stayed on the bike about a month, and then I went to a full setup from Freedom Performance, and those were good. But I wanted something just a little more different looking and something with a little deeper sound to them. So I ended up putting on the Vansenheim Big Radius, and now I have Thunder Monster baffles in there, and it's the sound I'm looking for. You can tell it's loud. It's plenty loud. Definitely gets somebody's attention, but and I can hear great, and it's got a deeper tone than the Freedom Performance did. My second complaint that I had from my video of my initial test ride was the airbox. I don't know what was going on through Harley's mind when they made that airbox, but my leg hit it every single time I rode. So I just recently swapped that out with the Arlen Nest Monster Sucker. It's a 90-degree turn style air filter, and my legs don't touch it at all, and I'm perfectly happy with that now. I also extended the foot pegs with the longer one from Arlen Nest, and it's done me really good. I have plenty of room to put my foot around. So I'm literally done with all the mods that I want to do. You know, as far as anything that costs any type of money, it's all in just riding the bike and having a good time now. And the two major hit points that I had when I test ride, they're easy to correct. So they may have ran me about $1,000 more by the time I got done with everything, as far as those two hit points that I said in my initial test ride. Comfortability. You know, obviously I've changed the bike quite a bit with new bars, but I've got the stock seat, and I got 3,000 miles later on the stock seat, and it's still as comfortable as day one. I'm about 180 pounds. It's not, you know, to the same firmness as it was, which you're not going to after 3,000 miles, but it's still plenty firm. It's still the same plushness, if that's a word, that I had. I really do like the seat. There's enough room on it for my daughter when she gets older to ride with me. It's another thing, I added the sissy bar backrest for my daughter. I told her that next year we would go and get her a helmet and she could start riding with me, and this way I know that she has something to lean against and she's not going to fall off. I told her when she's 8 that we would do that. For other comfortability factors, the stock suspension is amazing. Make sure this guy didn't pull out in front of me and hit me, or my dad behind me. So the stock suspension has been amazing. It's got an adjustable suspension in the rear. I can go over any bump, and I'm going to bounce a little bit, but it doesn't hurt. I don't feel it in my back. I don't feel it in my butt. You know, I could ride for hours and hours and be just as comfortable as when I first sat on it. This bike has the 103 high output, which just means that it has a different cam for the higher rev range. It has plenty of power for me. I have no issues with power whatsoever. So would I recommend this bike to anybody? That's a big hell yes. Anybody looking in a dyno range that wants a fatter tire up front, wants a fatter tire in the rear than the Street Bobs or the Lowrider, wants a beefier looking bike, likes the dual lamps up front and the dual LEDs in the back. This has definitely been an awesome bike. I highly recommend it. Very comfortable. I could take this across the country and I would be perfectly happy. absolutely. This is definitely been a great bike for me. I have no intentions of trading it up anytime soon. And I expect to keep this bike for many years, if not the rest of my life. So I know at the same time I've reached over 550 subscribers. I think I'm closer to 6 now, if I remember right. So I just want to thank you guys for watching my videos. You know, I know there are more entertaining motor vloggers out there, such as Blockhead, which is my absolute favorite, and Connor, FFD, and Bike and Bird. You know, I know I'm missing some of you that watch my channel too, and I'm having just a brain fart of everybody I like to watch, but I appreciate you guys sticking with me and watching my videos. Hope you find these videos entertaining. But you know, I'm a pretty boring guy, so this is what I do. I just get out and ride. I don't really have a lot to talk about most of the time. I just want to be out and then experience the freedom of being on 2 wheels and smelling the smells, looking around without any obstructions of a car, and hearing my motorcycle. So thanks again. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to some really good videos to come. So with that, I'm going to get back to enjoy my ride with my dad. Love spending time with Dad on his bikes. And thanks for watching. Deuces.